Hi, welcome to this video day. We are on the 14th of August, Saturday. In this video, we are going to be looking at three really great risk reward trading opportunities in the market in our view. Now, the three pairs that we will look at will be, they all include the euro. It's going to be the euro against the USD, euro against the JPY, and then the euro against the GBP. Now, in terms of, we frequently say in our videos that, if you want to trend follow big trends, you can't just rely on trading price action. Markets are too noisy, okay? You need to know what's going on behind the charts. You need to do simple sentiment analysis against the big fundamentals. Then you can get advance warning of trend changes and measure how far a move might go, to give you the confidence to hold big trends. When I say big trends, I mean 300, 500 pips or even more. Now, in terms of what we do, it is pretty simple. In terms of our sentiment fundamental analysis, and our technical analysis is just very, very simple. Now, in terms of these three pairs, we're going to go over to our member center and take a look at them. But just before we do so, just please obviously keep in mind, it's my view as of right now. It could of course change in line with the market action and conditions. If you want all our trading techniques, you want to learn our strategy and also see our daily technical sentiment analysis of 14 FX pairs, including the three we're going to look at right now, all you need to do is click on the link beneath this video and you'll get live access to our member center. You'll also follow our Facebook page, join our Facebook group of traders and check out our recommended regulated ECN broker. And I've been doing my updates the weekend in the member center, so I'm going to use the material from there. Before we look at the technicals and do our levels of entry, stop and target, just want to go through quickly some information in relation to the sentiment and fundamentals. Right, let's go and take a look at the material. All right, we're on our first chart, and what we're going to do is just look at GDP, gross domestic product, of the US against euro area. Okay, now you can see the United States, the lighter line, you can see it going up really nicely. That is the trend line, the dotted line. Okay, then COVID comes along, you get a big hit, and now we're trending up strongly, and we should get back to trend. But look at euro area. We're going up, we take a bigger hit, and we're not moving up, okay? Euro GDP, if you look at it, is just above 2%. Last figures that were released against the US, which was over 6%. So US is growing far more quickly and will continue to do so going forward. We've got to keep in mind in the euro area, there's some really poor nations. It's not just a United States of Europe, is it? Like the US, many different types of economy, and you have a big difference between the rich and the poor. Italy, Spain, Greece, Portugal, in just such big trouble. They are unlikely to recover quickly and will drag on the zone. So if we look at the economic health of the US against Europe, clearly favours the US, and so do interest rates going forward. I'll discuss more of the US bullish fundamentals tomorrow, because I'll be doing my weekly forecast or check any of the ones in recent weeks. I haven't changed my view, but the Fed will be reducing stimulus in the next few months. Eurozone, can't see them doing it anytime soon. Okay, so US in far better health than Eurozone. This is to do with inflation. Inflation is really roaring in the US, okay, and it compares the inflation US v Europe. Okay, so core inflation difference with Eurozone inflation going down against US. Then we've got the euro price here, the euro USD price here. This was done a few weeks ago, but it's still valid. There should be a big catch up with the euro following down against the core inflation difference. Obviously we get down to 90 here. I don't think we'd run that far to the downside in the euro, but this line, the light blue line, will play catch up. Okay, now all we need though is speculative positioning, and I think I showed this chart last week in the weekly forecast. The figures have just come out for speculative positioning this week, and there are hardly any difference, but I will update the charts in the member center. What you got here, speculative positioning overall, the white line, hedge fund in blue, light blue, asset managers in red. Above zero means they're bullish of the euro. Hedge funds have just gone a little bit short. Look at asset managers. It's a massive group. They're just heavily long and bullish of the euro. There's both groups together. Also, in terms of yen positioning, I'll talk about the yen fundamentals a little bit more when I get to the charts. But in terms of speculators, they're bullish of the yen and bullish of the euro and bearish of the yen. Now, in terms of Euro GBP speculative positioning, there's no big positioning either way at the moment. I think that's because of the way the technicals have been. Yeah, it's been a very low volatility pair chopping sideways, but I think that will change. I'll discuss the GBP fundamentals a little bit more when we get to the chart as well. I've got another euro chart here, which is euro positioning overall on the commitment of traders report. Really big long euro position here into the 122 level. They step down a bit, but they still won't drop over and go net short the euro. I'm actually looking for speculators to come out the market of their longs and then reverse the euro shorts. Okay, so yeah, I think the big fundamentals, clearly are bearish for the euro. Okay, and the sentiment towards the euro just way too bullish. Right, let's take a look at the three individual pairs, and we will start with euro USD. This is euro USD daily chart. Just before I actually discuss this chart in detail, I just want to show you the big monthly chart. So here it is. You had the euro hanging around the 110 level here, and then in May she starts to work her way up from the 110 level, gets above 122, down a bit, up a bit, down, and now down. Now I think, in terms of fundamentals and sentiment, we should return to the 110 level. I know we saw that inflation expectations against euro USD, the pair on the downside. You can see one going or pointing to the euro going to 90. It might do, but I think we could say if it got to 110, we'd be very happy. That is my target. There's one level in between, which is 114, which is here. Okay, see exhaust on that candle, can't get really clear of 114. That one does it. Okay, so 114, then 110, so potentially 800 pips on the downside, and we've got a reasonable profit out of this one in recent months, coming in just above the 122 level. So we're now just about the 118 level, so 400 pips so far. Okay, and potentially a lot more downside. Now, in terms of this trade, we took it up here when that speculative position was really long of the euro, big long position. We thought they were too bullish of the euro. This is mostly the specs getting taken out on stop. Okay, we've seen they're still long the euro. I'm expecting them to flip short and push the euro down. But what we do have is we have a little bit of a rally on Friday. It might run a bit further. Okay, but I think you're going to run into resistance here. That was a high volume candle. Okay, so if you want to get in on this trade, if we got through 118 and got up to here, just sell back through 118. Okay, now you can see I put my stop at 118.60 to look some profit back here. If our stop gets run, we'll just literally look to get back in straight away, come off the 119 level on weakless, or if it goes through, we'll come back through the round number, stop behind the 120 level, which is a massive level to take out the way the fundamentals look at the moment and sentiment. So yeah, if it rallies higher, we expect the rally to fail. If we get through 117, off to the downside, I think. Okay, now in terms of doing just simple fundamental sentiment analysis, it does give you the confidence to stay with big trends. It's not all one-way traffic, is it? It comes down from 122. Okay, we do nicely there. Come down. That's a decent rally. Okay, then we fall back. Okay, so the confidence to stay with big trends. You also do partial banks along the way. Okay, so when we come down towards 117, we'll take half our trade away and bank it. we can either put it back in on the rally if it continues the upside, get a better price. If we don't rally, we'll just stick it back in through 117, not far from where we took it out. So, it's always good to take out partial profits. So you're kind of active within the big trend. But yeah, this one is working well so far. When I do my weekly Forex forecast, I will cover the euro correlated currencies, because I think they're going a long way to the downside against the USD as well. So what we have at the moment, a little bit of a bounce, but the big trend is down and we expect continuation. Okay, all right, let's move to our next pair, which is going to be Euro JPY. So starting with Euro JPY monthly chart, we come down here, double bottom, and it's blue candles all the way up from 122 to 134. Now 3 red candles. My own view is, in terms of this one, we are going to fall to this level here, this double top, 126, and I think we could follow on down here to just the 122 level. Okay, so it could be a big move to the downside. Now, in terms of the daily chart, we already know, okay, that speculators are really long of the euro. So despite this fall down, they've still got big, heavy euro long position. I think they're all going to come out on stop and push, and that mean the euro will go lower. In terms of the big fundamentals, Eurozone fundamentals are terrible, I think they are. Japan, they're not great either, but the yen is oversold. And also keep in mind, the yen is a safe haven currency. If we get any turmoil in the markets, like worry or caution, the yen will really firm up. Okay, it's number one safe haven currency. Now, in terms of this pair, we're in at 131.70. We're at 129.27, so about 250 pips so far. What's a bit disappointing is we did come down quite nicely, but look at this action here, messy and sideways. Okay, but if we look at the chart now, yeah, we did get above the 130 level, trying to get away from it, couldn't, came back below it, and just can't get through it. Okay, I think we're going to sell off to the downside, 128, then 126. Okay, we could run on even further, but getting to 126 would be another 300 odd pips. Okay, but limit upside in this one, a lot of downside. Where would you sell? Basically, if I was bearish, I'd sell now. Or if you wanted to, you could wait for the round number at 129 to give way, and then see if she runs, stop back behind 130. Okay, but yeah, I've just been in favour of coming in right now. Where should we go next? We should go to Euro GBP. I just want to go to the monthly chart first. Euro GBP. Excuse me. This one's an interesting one because the pound still remains deeply oversold because of Brexit. Okay, it's still a massive move up in the euro against the GBP due to Brexit. Pound basically got hammered. Kind of messy price action, and overall the pound has got stronger on the euro. It's pushed the euro down, and I think now that we're going to break lower, and I think get to 80, but I think we could longer term run on to 75 to get the pound back to fair value against the euro. So a lot of potential profit in this one. Now, I did say there was no big spec positioning either way. I think that's a reflection of this period here. You don't have much volatility. Okay, you have a volatile price spike there, which we managed to grab at the time. Then we banked out on stop, and we then sold through this level here. I should take this line all the way across because it's daily support where this big blue came up here. Okay, so apologies, I didn't draw the full line in, but you get the general picture. We break it, we come in short. I thought we'd go on to the downside, find support here, double bottom, then come back up. You very often get on a breakout, a reaction the other way. Will this be a fake out? I'm hoping not. I think that poke above when we settled back below 85. If you want to come in fresh to this one's easy. Just come through this body here, that body there. So just make sure you get a new low when the new session opens. And then a lot of potential downside. I just don't think the euro's got much upside. If also, I've talked about the pound being oversold due to Brexit, but look at the state of the UK economy. It's better than eurozone. UK is fully open now. That doesn't apply to eurozone, and the UK will be reducing stimulus before the ECB, and the rate outlook, interest rate outlook going forward clearly favours the UK. So three trades. Good long-term potential in our view. I think when you're long-term trend following, you keep your eye on the sentiment, big fundamentals. You don't need to be staring at a chart all day. Keep your technicals simple, and basically you can make really big profits. It's not difficult to learn simple sentiment and fundamental analysis. If we can do it, anyone can do it. Okay, right. Thanks for watching the video. Take care. Have a good day.